my name is Trey Nairn. I went into cardiac arrest November 1st, and I'm here tonight to recognize the folks that saved my life that night. My body went into VTAC, and my wife then called 911, and tonight we're lucky to have the operator here who answered the phone so that they can reconnect, but she helped my wife save my life, get me on the floor, start compressions, and until the medical staff could arrive. They arrived very quickly. It was a great community to be in. The facilities here and the staff have been top-notch. But they came and kept me alive and did a lot. Got me to Vanderbilt, where I was able to go through an ablation procedure and zap 3 places in my heart to get it corrected, and that was a 90% success rate. So I'm very lucky to be here and standing here, and tonight very honored to be able to stand upright and shake these ladies and gentlemen's hands that helped save my life. So thank you.
I dispatched EMS and fire to the scene, let them know that there was a patient that was in cardiac arrest. Got them responding. As soon as they checked en route, I gave them all the information, and they were able to get on scene really quickly. And thankfully, we were able to save him and meet him this evening. It was wonderful.
I was the first in apparatus operator with engine 24 that arrived that night with the EMS crew. When we arrived, we began CPR compressions on Mr. Nairn and continued. We regained a pulse with it. The outcome, the investment the county's made in training, technology, and overall fire, rescue, and EMS programs in the county had a positive influence on this outcome. A number of years ago, the same outcome might not have been possible. But with the number of people we have now, the training, the equipment, and the ambulances, hopefully this will become a more common occurrence.
Thank goodness the outcome was good, and we were all very thankful for that, the entire family, and wanted to, all of us wanted to give our thank yous to them, and tonight gave us the opportunity to do that, to meet some of the people we've not met before, and some of them we had seen under less favorable circumstances, but we're just a very thankful family for what the EMTs do and the whole department. Our family's very grateful, and we're glad that we were able to be here tonight and show our appreciation to them for everything they do for our family and a lot of others.
We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for everybody that's here tonight. This is truly a special day, and a special day for me to be able to introduce my good friend Trey Nairn. Trey and I have been friends since we were 9 years old. We grew up playing soccer together, and so I've known his family for many, many years. And on November the 1st, as you know, Trey went into sudden cardiac arrest, and everybody in this room played some role in him being here tonight. And so, just that being said, it's a great day. And so, we know it's all a part of a bigger system and a lot of work that goes into making all these things happen each and every day. But not taking anything away from that, I want to go ahead and introduce you to Trey and let him introduce his family.
First, it's very good to be here. I do want to introduce my family and just tell a little bit of the side of my story. So, this is my wife, Valerie. This is my youngest brother, Quinn. There's my father, Houston. My sister, Kimberly. My other daughter, Willow. My sister, Natalie. That's my mom, Paulette. My older sister, Sherry. It's my brother-in-law, Justin. and this is my nephew Easton. So thank you all for taking the time to be here tonight. It is a very special night. So I hope we can celebrate, and wanted to recognize you for what you did for me specifically, and what you do for everyone every day, and the positive outcomes that you all help facilitate. I want to thank Andy and Mark and Faith for helping organize and set up tonight. Thank you for opening up this house. I drive by it quite often, so it's nice to see the inside. So it's a lovely facility. As Andy said, we go way back. Hopefully he's not going to share any embarrassing stories tonight. But I have been excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this night. I met some of you, as Andy said, November 1st. It was a Tuesday night, and after Halloween, I was watching the Cubs in the World Series. It was Game 6, and I guess it got too exciting. My body decided it was time to go into VTAC. I don't remember much else from that. I remember trying to get up from the couch, and my lovely wife Valerie took over, got me to the floor, called 911, started compressions, and then some of you got there very shortly after that and continued to keep me alive. Took me to Vanderbilt, where I was admitted to the ER, stayed there, all-inclusive stay for 8 days. They ended up doing an ablation procedure, so they zapped 3 spots on my heart, and I got the arrhythmia back to normal. And so that was 90% success rate in that procedure, which I was a C student, so I'm very pleased with that success rate. And then I have an insurance policy, so I'll be carrying around a defibrillator that's implanted for a while. So very good outcome. Andy and I've talked quite a bit about tonight, and he said that some of you may see this as you just doing your job. And I get that. I think if I did this, I'd probably feel the same way. But I want you to know that from this side of it, you doing your job, you're heroic. You're heroes, and you save lives. You doing what you did is allowing me to continue having memories with my family and friends. I'm still going to be able to be a husband to Val, and a father to Willow and Quinn, and a son to Houston and Paulette, and a brother to Sherry and Kim and Natalie, and an uncle to many nieces and nephews. So thank you for what you do, what you did, and God bless you all. That's awesome.
So, Rogers, I don't know if you want to say anything about the station or whatever, and then we'll go into introductions of the rest of the staff that helped.
No, I've had the opportunity to know the Nairn family for a long time. It's great to catch up on a few of them. They've gotten older. I'm not getting older, but apparently they are. This is an effort of all the county commissioners. This is a charge we put in the community to try to beef up our public safety, our fire, our ambulance, what we provide in the community. I'm not real sure, Trey, where you live from here, but I'm glad they got to you in time. And I think a lot of people in this community are well aware of the Nairn name, and it's caught us all off guard. But I'm glad everything worked out right. And to the men and women who work here on a daily basis, 24/7, 365, we never get enough time to say thank you for everything they do. And Bill's leadership and Jay's leadership and what we do here, and Alan. This is a special community, and it's always good to be able to stand here and say thank you. And to you and your family, thank you for acknowledging these men and women. That's not done enough, and I wish we could do it.
Andy, I never thought, of course I served on the county commission for 32 years. Rogers appointed me to the first 911 board in 1988. And I've been on it ever since. And I've had a little bit to do with funding all of these locations. Ambulances for my friend at the hospital, defibrillators for courthouse. The defibrillator has saved 2 very personal friends of mine. I never dreamed that all of those efforts that I went through for 32 years, I knew that it would save people's lives in this county And I got a lot of good feelings out of doing that countywide, from Fairview to Nolensville, College Grove, Brentwood, Franklin, Spring Hill. But I never dreamed that in funding all of these locations and equipping our ambulances like we do for Allen and all the people at the hospital, that a very little part of that, particularly this location and the one over in Thompson Station, that I and Judy Hayes and Rogers initially sought out that piece of property. We bought it, we developed the park, and then we put the station over there. And then I'm still on the 911 board, and I was involved with Bill and all my colleagues on that board to get this location funded. And Rogers, from where we're standing to Trey's house in Canterbury, it's about, Trey, mile and a half, 2 miles maybe. And when I walked into Vanderbilt Hospital, I've forgotten which gentleman walked in and looked at me, and I could see the look on his face, and I was standing there. He said, "Mr. Mayor, it's not good," because at that point in time, we didn't know that Trey's heart had stopped 3 times, once at home, once at Armory Drive, and once on Wedgwood. So for that reason, and I never dreamed in a million years that all those efforts that oftentimes Rogers and all of us on the county commission, we do things that we're not sure whether it's appreciated or not. But I never dreamed that my involvement in this would not only save people's lives all over the county, but would be directly involved, all of you that served that night, to make sure that Trey is alive. And the reason that November the 1st is so special to me, that day was my mother's 96th birthday, November the 1st, and I've laughed and told Trey that he had 2 birthdays, May the 15th, 1972, and November the 1st, 2016, which was my mother's birthday. So I love all of you. It's a very great service. I still serve on the 911 board and enjoy it, but God bless all of you, and thank you for being there that night, for not only Trey, but for all the other people that you serve so well in this great county, which is the greatest place in the world to be living and raising our families and going to church and enjoying being together and loving each other. So thank all of you.
Thanks, Houston. Steve, you want to introduce the Williamson County Rescue Squad personnel that were involved in the call?
My name is Captain Steve Homrich. Back in 1994, I joined the rescue squad, been on it for 22 years, and I was fortunate last year to apply for an administrative captain's job to help out the volunteer fire department, so I did that. And on behalf of Chief Todd Bowman, who's working tonight, Assistant Chief Eddie House, they couldn't make it tonight, they're both on shift and working. Again, November 1st was a very date that we had our monthly business meeting down at Station 14 at Downs Boulevard. That night, a whole bunch of recruits were being trained by Chief Jay Bonson along with Joey Allman here at Station 23. The call went out, cardiac arrest is a priority call, as anybody knows, and Joey responded, and myself and Captain Chris Phelps from Station 14 responded from Station 14, Engineer Adam Spencer, and Technician John Simpson here. That's a priority call, lights and sirens to the scene. We arrived at the scene with Joey and EMS are already on the scene doing their duties, and it's truly a team effort. So this is Joey Allman, this is John Simpson, and Adam Spencer, and Chris Phelps, and Captain Phelps, he couldn't be here. And their officers are here represented tonight, Captain Bill Allman, who also is a Franklin firefighter, and Lieutenant Bobby Rutledge, who's also a lifetime member of the rescue squad and also a reserve deputy in the Williamson County. So volunteering at his best. So
Thanks, Steve. Thank you guys for being here. Bill, you want to introduce your staff?
Blessed to be here to introduce Danny Hudson, who actually took the 911 call. I presume that she probably talked with you. Yeah, so y'all got a connection there, and then also Jenna, who actually dispatched the call to the rescue squad and EMS.
Thank you for being here. Mark, you want to do the EMS introduction?
Sure, be glad to. As I said, glad to be here tonight. So nice to meet you, Trey. Look forward to having conversations. Enjoyed the conversations we've had already so far in the email that we shared. The crew that responded for EMS that night was FTO critical care paramedic Michael Powers. Michael's been with us several years, and one of our educators and trainers for our new personnel, and also paramedic Daniel White. Daniel has not been working with us a great deal of time. He's only been with us a few months when that occurred, but he brings a lot of experience, a lot of great attitude. And then they also had EMS supervisor David Morphus, who's also a critical care paramedic. He was responded with that as well. As Captain report said, we try to send out a full crew, and we make sure we have a lot of oversight on the scene, and David provides that. And they respond and work well together as a team with all of our partners, whether it's communications, rescue squad, or another fire department. Also, I'd like to introduce one of our training officers, Shannon Langford. She's directly responsible for making sure all these guys are prepared and educated and equipped to do their job. She manages that. And also Director Alan Levitt. He is the main man of our department, been here for many, many years. That's the EMS department.
Say that David Morphus and his dad and I worked together at Brentwood as lieutenants, and he taught me EMT. So we're all definitely family, and there's so many connections between this group. It's just great to have us here together. So with that being said, does anybody else have any other closing comments here? If not, we're going to open up some food lines. I'm starving.